Is there any world in your mind where you're not the quarterback of the Bengals next year?
I can't see that, no.
Have you ever thought about the possibility of not being the quarterback here during your career, or?
You think about a lot of things.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Adam, first of all, credit to Joe Burrow for answering these questions, but what do you make of hearing that from Joe Burrow, Adam?
We love the honesty. We appreciate the honesty. And last week we heard Joe Burrow talking about his fun or the lack of fun he was having in the game. And a lot of people wondered whether it was Andrew Luckish. This certainly sounds more Carson Palmer-ish than it does Andrew Luckish if we're looking to draw analogies between quarterbacks. And there continues to be conversation surrounding Joe Burrow's time in Cincinnati. He himself said he thinks and expects to be there next year, but all options now seem to be on the table. As for Lamar Jackson, he was kept home from practice again today in the latest Wednesday practice miss. John Harbaugh, the Ravens coach, said it was a flu deal that kept him home today. So with Lamar battling an illness, he was not there at practice today. And if the recent weeks follow, he'll be back sometime this week, and he will be available to play on Sunday. And the big story of the day came out of Miami, where the Miami Dolphins made a seismic move in benching Tua Tagovailoa, despite the contract ramifications, naming rookie quarterback Quinn Ewers their new starter and saying that Zach Wilson now will serve as the number 2 quarterback, with Tua being the emergency third quarterback. This raises a whole host of questions surrounding Tua's future. He becomes the latest quarterback now to be facing an offseason in which his future is yet to be determined, joining quarterbacks like Kyler Murray. But there'll be plenty of storylines ahead with both Tua, with Kyler Murray, with all these quarterbacks in question. But it certainly seems like his time in Miami is coming to an end.
Yeah, interesting. It was fascinating what you illustrated off the top of the show about how they can break up some of that money that's owed to Tua. Here, new on NFL Live, Mike Vrabel talking about facing Lamar Jackson.
This is about, Lamar and the Ravens and what he can do and his ability to stay patient and calm and then deliver the football or burst. It rarely feels like anybody's going to be able to tackle him until he's ready to go down or to get out of bounds or to throw. That'll be a huge challenge, one that we'll have to be ready for in multiple ways.
Okay, we did just hear the reporting field that Lamar Jackson's dealing with an illness, but he's missed a lot of these Wednesdays practice, as Adam said, and still been able to play. Can the Ravens get this offense going against that Patriots defense?
I think they can. They can do it on the ground, too, especially, Laura. This Patriots team got pushed around by the Buffalo Bills this past Sunday. James Cook had 3 total touchdowns, 2 of which came on the ground. This Patriots run defense went from an unbelievable strength to begin the season to an area of vulnerability of late. This Patriots team has been impacted by defensive front 7 injuries, most notably Milton Williams, their star defensive tackle. They've had some linebacker injuries, Robert Spillane amongst those. And Derrick Henry over the past 2 weeks has rushed for 194 yards. Say what you want about the passing game and some of the woes that Lamar Jackson has had since he came back from that prolonged injury absence. The running game has been effective. And by the way, it's not just Derrick Henry. They're getting some doses of speed bursts from both Keaton Mitchell and also Rasheen Ali. This Patriots team better find its defensive groove once again, or else this, once what felt like unlosable grip on the AFC East could go by the wayside.
Yeah, it feels like a big chance for a bounce back for them, right?
Sure does.
We have not seen them facing the Bears. A lot of injuries to watch in this one, which is on Saturday, so a shorter week. And let's get Adam back in here. Adam, what's the latest on Christian Watson?
Well, how about this, Laura? They take him to the hospital after he suffers a chest injury on Sunday against the Broncos. They discharge him from the hospital in time to fly home with the team. And after being in the hospital on Sunday night, he was back at practice today, albeit in a limited fashion. And he thinks he should be good to go Saturday night against the Bears. Here's the rest of the did not practice list. A lot of notable names in question for Saturday night. Josh Jacobs, Evan Williams, Zach Tom, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden. No practice today for any of them, but it certainly sounds like in a short week that the teams are saving some of these players and then hoping to get some of them back for a big showdown Saturday night in Chicago.
Yeah, it makes sense. The ESPN Analytics looks at this game as the one that has the most leverage for any division race this week. The winner would have their chance to win the NFC North climb up over 75%. while the losers' odds drop below 15%, and they'd fall to the NFC 7 seed entering the next week. That's just how impactful it is. Field, what are you expecting from the Packers defense without Micah Parsons?
If your name isn't Micah Parsons, you get paid to rush the passer. You better be better at your job this weekend, Laura. Look over the past 6 games. Micah Parsons has been unbelievable, worth every dollar he has made from Green Bay this year. Over the last 6 games, though, Micah Parsons by himself has 1 fewer pressure than every other Packers defensive player. He has 1 more sack than the rest of the team. He has 12 quarterback hits, or had. The rest of the team had 19. It has been just the Micah Parsons one-man wrecking crew over these past 6 games. The entire defense is getting after quarterbacks to begin the season. So Jeff Hafley, understanding he does not have Micah Parsons, that Packers defensive coordinator, this might be a week where you got to try to find a way to confuse Caleb Williams by bringing pressure. But good luck with that great offensive line in Chicago and some of those good run-after-catch playmakers, too.
Yeah, Parsons was such a defensive force for about 24 hours. Pivotal matchup between the Rams and Seahawks that will help shape the NFC playoff picture moving forward. The Rams currently have a 63% chance to win the NFC West. According to ESPN Analytics, that would jump to a 93% chance with a win, but falls to 29% with a loss. Just shows you how impactful this game is. Look at that graph, okay? DraftKings Sportsbook currently has Seattle favored by 1.5 points at home. Adam, let's start here. The Rams hoping to have Davante Adams for this one. What can you tell us about his status?
Well, Laura, here's the good part. The hamstring injury was not as bad as the Rams initially feared when he went down on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. The bad part is he still hasn't practiced this week, and it seems like right now it would be a long shot to have him play on Thursday night against the Seattle Seahawks. Sean McVay was not ready and has not been ready to rule him out just yet. We'll see how they list him on the injury report later today. I would guess that he may be questionable to doubtful. We'll see how the Rams decide to list him. Still think it's a long shot, but again, they're not ready to give up on him in a game of this magnitude just yet.
Yeah, I think the magnitude of the game factors in a lot here with the decision, but they also need to keep him healthy for the stretch run. How important is Davante for this Rams offense against Seattle specifically?
Very, very important, specifically in the red zone. Matt Stafford leads the league in touchdown passes. Davante Adams leads the league in receiving touchdown catches. 9 of those in the 5-yard plus range, because what happens is defenses commit to the box, 10. Then it becomes one-on-one with Davante, and he's so good off the line that it's essentially Davante left, Davante right, and it makes it a very clear picture, easy decision-making, and a large space for Matt Stafford to place that ball. If they don't have him, they're going to have to rely on their scheme. Harder, not impossible, but Davante Adams is obviously a big benefactor to what they've done so far.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure as soon as we know more information in the lead-up.
It's called Wide Out Wednesday. That's right, your favorite receivers, favorite museum. We got 1 player, 3 plays, a lot of acronyms, IRL, because this is for the best receivers in real life. 1 to improve, 1 to remove, and 1 that is such a work of art. We hang it in the Louvre. This week's admission to the wide receiver museum everybody loves comes from the Bay, Ricky Pearsall. He's a guy that everyone sees so much potential in. It's not the one who scored 2 touchdowns last week. It's the guy who, when he's out there,
you.